Brides and grooms, we're going to go over the 5 top wedding dance fails that we found on YouTube.
Yikes. And we're going to show you how to avoid them for your own wedding.
But if for ever any chance that the bride's bum hit the floor, then we're going to show you at the end of the video the proper professional way of taking a lady off the dance floor.
So stay tuned.
If you haven't done so already, make sure that you hit the subscribe and the bell down below.
That way you'll be notified every time we post a new video about how to best prepare for your wedding dance.
For those of you who haven't met us yet, we're Joel and Clara.
We help total beginners dance confidently at their wedding.
So let's watch the very first video, or we could call it the fail video. Now what do we see here? Okay, bride and groom are having some fun, walking in. He's taking off his jacket. What is he doing, Clara?
I don't know.
He's giving it to the lady.
I'm
scared. He's off the camera. Oh, bride's got some moves. Here he comes. Oh, no. He just kicked her. Did he just kick her? And she fell again. Oh no. Now I know what you're thinking, guys. Don't do a back handspring in your wedding. That's the obvious. But if you have to do something acrobatic, tip number 1, make sure that the space is clear. Now I'm not going to do a back handspring. That's something that my daughter will do. But if I'm going to do a back handspring over here,
and if there's someone on the floor, maybe you should wait.
I need to see where I'm going and it's clear.
I'm going to get totally out of the way. All right.
Then I can go and do my back handspring.
And if you're the one on the floor having fun and you know that he's going to do something crazy, get the heck out of there. Wedding video fail number 2. We call it awkward.
Awkward. So here we see the couple walking onto the dance floor. And we're watching them take their position. And 30 seconds later, they're still waiting.
And it's getting pretty awkward waiting.
And the DJ is still trying to figure things out. And it's getting even more awkward now, just standing there in dance position.
Basically not doing anything.
And we're coming up to 2 minutes, and finally the music has started and we can start dancing.
That was a painful 2 minutes though.
So let's go over some tips to make this less awkward for you at your wedding. Tip number 1, get off the dance floor first and then go on when the music starts playing.
Yes, because sometimes the DJ is just not ready or fumbling with the wrong piece of music.
That's right.
So it's best to be safe and just be off the floor. When you hear that music playing, then enter the floor.
So let's just pretend that Joel and Clara are getting married. We are off the dance floor. Here's our dance floor. We are waiting patiently and not in the spotlight specifically. Yeah. We will give our DJ a thumbs up, our MC a thumbs up that we are ready. We will wait for them to get their act together. Instead of standing awkwardly for 2 minutes as that poor couple did. Oh, I feel so bad for them. Oh, no. And then when the music starts, we can confidently walk onto the dance floor, take our dance position, and then we can start dancing together. Let's go into video number 3. We see a couple dancing pretty exuberantly. Looks good. Whoa, oh, almost
pretty
fell.
Excited?
Oh, and they fell.
Well, at least the lady fell on the man.
So let's go into what that couple should have been doing technically so that they didn't fall on their butts. Now, what they were trying to do is what we call a pivot. Yeah?
And a pivot is basically rocking back and forth, but at the same time turning in a circle.
Yeah. And the technical tip for you guys is to make sure that your legs are apart the whole time. We're trying to make a triangular base with our feet while we're doing these rocking, turning actions.
That way you're balanced because you have a big base of support supporting the rest of your body.
So if we now demonstrate that once again, here you can see how Joel and Claire both have our feet nice and wide and our body stays inside of our feet. Now, if I all of a sudden take a smaller step, for instance, with my left foot, notice how now my body is behind.
And then I'm gonna fall on top of it.
Then you're gonna be on YouTube for the same reasons that these couples have been.
Before we go into the last 2 fails, let us know if you are planning to do a dip.
Write in the comments below, are you scared about doing the dip or not?
Wedding dance fail number 4 is the dip fail. There's so many of them out there on YouTube that we narrowed it down to the top 3.
So let's roll the clip. Looks like the bride and groom are out of the ceremony.
Yay.
Oh, and ooh!
Oh, Allie does a splits. Woo!
Bonus points for that one. All right, video number 2. Ooh, looks like they're actually dancing.
Yeah,
Hey,
nice.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, until there. Oh, and he does a somersault.
Bonus points for that one.
And here's video number 3.
Oh, they're going for a dip.
oh,
Oh no.
Oh no, I think he tripped over the dress.
So let's go over our tips for those couples as well as yourself in all 3 of those videos. Now the first video, they were coming out and he gave a big smooch and then all of a sudden he was going for a dip and then they ended up falling over. Now he did have a nice splits.
Yes, he did.
So he got some
Bonus
points.
for that.
But the big thing was that gentleman, his base was so narrow and he was trying to dip his bride. And of course they're gonna go over. We need to make sure that your base is big, that you have a super wide base that is very stable, and therefore, as you dip your bride,
And especially if you're leaning over to kiss as well.
definitely, I mean, the kiss already makes it more difficult because you're concentrating on the kiss. But we want to make sure that now that the base is super wide. So they're going for a kiss. I still need to make sure that I take my base out and then boom, we get ourselves going. Yeah, exactly.
And in the second example, where the lady was in blue, they were dancing. They were actually looking really good.
Yeah, they were dancing really well, actually.
And then she went for the dip herself.
Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh.
And he was not ready for it at all, just like Joel there.
But
He actually had his feet quite close together, so there was no way he was going to be able to support her,
Nope.
especially when she threw her weight so far back.
where are you going, woman?
But he did end up doing a somersault at the end, which is pretty cool.
Again, bonus points for the guys. Way to roll it out. Yeah. So ladies, wait for the gentleman. If the guy leads you, and of course, gentlemen, you know that you have to have a wide base, it's going to happen. The guy is in charge of having a nice wide base, and the lady is waiting to be dipped.
It's much safer, girls.
In the third video, let's go over what they were doing. Actually, the gentleman did have quite a wide base. This was awesome. But the reason that they fell over was because when he dipped her, she was way too far away from him. So although he had a very wide base, the what we had just talked about in the first 2 tips, she was so far away that he still tipped over because she wasn't even close to his base.
Yes, so when you're doing a dip, you want to make sure that you're right up against each other.
There we go. As you can see, there is absolutely no space between mine and Clara's body. Then from here, wide base, go into the dip, and out we go. Nice and safe, no need for bum to hit the floor.
Yes.
All right, let's go into video fail number 5. It looks like the couple is walking through, having fun. Oh, they did an underarm turn and she's
no.
down. She's down. Oh, at least the groom is having fun.
Yeah. So hopefully she's okay.
Oh, and she's laughing, she's smiling. I
There
think
we
we're
go.
okay. To help us demonstrate tip number 5, we've brought out Clara's extra special wedding dress
It's
from
couture.
yeah, couture from the linen closet.
So ladies, the mistake that happened in that last video was that the lady was actually traveling backwards and therefore stepping on her own dress, rather than whenever you're doing an underarm turn, you want to walk forward.
So if we demonstrate this now, and I'll get Clara to do an underarm turn, notice how she's walking forwards, and therefore she never steps on the train of her lovely dress. If
Exactly.
you go in the other direction,
Same thing, walking forward and coming around.
nice and safe. Now, if all of a sudden I start to do this, and she's walking and going backwards, you can see how she's going to step on
I've
that
already
train.
stepped on it.
And we're gonna either get a ripped dress or a bum on the ground.
So practice this at home, ladies. Get a bed sheet of your own and tie a belt around it and just practice walking forwards in a circle.
Yeah, and it'll also help the gentleman get used to the fact that there will be a dress that he has to dance with as well. All right, here is our bonus tip that we promised you at the beginning of the video.
As you saw in many of those fails, the lady ended up on the floor on her bottom.
Oh boy.
So we're going to teach you how to get up if it happens, because it does happen,
It
even
might.
to pros sometimes.
It does.
We're going to show you how to get up elegantly and confidently.
All right, so we've been dancing, and for whatever reason,
Oh
There she goes. Clara ends up on the ground. Tip number 1, make sure that she's okay and don't heave her up right away. If you remember that first video when he back handsprings onto her head, and then he picked her up and then she fell down again on her head, just make sure that she is safe and she's ready to get picked up, okay?
Yes.
Once we've established that,
Ladies, you're gonna take one leg and cross it behind the other, and then make sure the front leg is flat on the floor.
all right, gentlemen, you're gonna stand right in front of your partner. You're not going to go behind and try to heave her up from behind. You're gonna stand in front of her and you can place both hands up. From here, gentlemen, all we're trying to do is bring your lady onto that front foot. It's going to look like this. Front foot and up she goes. Perfect.
Nice and easy.
Yeah. We can even do this with one hand and make it look even more elegant. Yeah. And the reason for this is not because we are using our muscular strength to heave up our partner, but we bring her weight onto her front foot and she uses her legs actually to support her own weight.
So ladies, don't be a dead fish on the ground. We are going to actually use our legs to push ourselves and keep our center up so that we can get up ourselves with the gentleman's help.
Yeah, you'll look light as a feather. So if we demonstrate this, one hand to one hand, I'm going to again pull Clara up towards her front foot, and then she stands herself up nice and easily.
And what a gentleman. It looks great.
Exactly.
If you want more tips on how to best prepare for your wedding dance, download our free guide. It outlines a specific game plan on how to conquer your wedding dance.
If you like these videos and want to find out more about them, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon down below as well.
And make sure you check out these 2 videos here to get more tips and tricks on how to best prepare for your wedding dance.
Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye.